Okay, I've become a Ruri fan. I've become a Ruri Dragon fan. For those who don't know, Ruri Dragon is a manga series that has been on hiatus for what looks like over a year and a half. And I don't think I've ever actually heard about this series, but obviously here recently they announced on Twitter that it is coming back, and that tweet blew up. It was like I couldn't go an entire day without running into that tweet. People were really excited about it. It looks like there's a fandom behind this series that is massive. And yeah, unfortunately, they've been on hiatus for a long time, so it looks like the anticipation for it coming back is huge. Which, after reading the first 6 chapters, it seems like there's a really good reason because they didn't really leave it on a good note. But that aside, because obviously the author's health is the priority here, it looks like they're seemingly back in good health. Now, it does seem like they're changing their release schedule for the actual chapters, just I guess to give them some breathing room. Hopefully, it's to kind of design around keeping the author in good shape and they're not over pushing themselves. But yeah, apparently it's going to be returning in Weekly Shonen Jump magazine with 5 chapters and then going to Weekly Shonen Jump Plus manga digital distribution on April 22nd. Now, it's not really clear on if it's going to be in both sections or if it's just going to be strictly on digital, but either way, it's coming back, and apparently they're going to be releasing new chapters every other issue. Now, again, I think I've heard of this series here and there, but not really kind of go and actually check it out myself. And I admit, the moment I seen Ruri and that cute little face, I was like, hey, I think I need to check this out. And obviously see what all the hype is, because obviously people are really big on this. And the people that are been reading it, that are excited about this announcement, are going crazy about it. So I went and checked out the manga. And I will admit, this is kind of, I couldn't help it but pop in my head. I'm like, this is kind of what I would expect would happen if Kobayashi and Toru had a baby. Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid. This is the unknown sequel for Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid is Ruri Dragon, where literally Kobayashi is living with Ruri, and yes, Kobayashi's up in, or Toru's up in a mountain somewhere. But yeah, for those who don't know what this series is about, it essentially follows this girl who wakes up one day and she suddenly has horns on the top of her head. And she's like, oh, where the hell did these come from? Mom, I have horns. What happened? And she's like, oh, yeah, what happened last night? Did something happen? She's like, I don't know, I was asleep. But no, the mother doesn't seem fazed by this. And yes, as we find out, that's because the mother was pretty sure something like this could happen. And that's because, yes, the mother, Ruri's father is a dragon. And the mother admits that, like, yeah, you're technically half dragon. You came out and you were a human, so I wasn't sure exactly how much dragon you would have in you. But that looks like there's a sign that you have some of those genetics in you, so it's okay. Everything's gonna be cool. And she's like casually just walks out the door, like, have a good day. You want to go to school? Don't go to school. It's fine. Whatever you feel like doing. I know it's a little bit, you gotta be anxious going to school and whatnot. But yeah, she ends up going to school and obviously gets a lot of attention because now she has horns. Homeroom teacher doesn't seem too fazed by it, but they just kind of go along with it. But yeah, it kind of just follows her story as, yes, now she's got a lot more attention. There's a lot of emphasis on the idea that, yes, there's some issues that will come from being part dragon. There's some fears and anxieties that she has there. Will people accept me for what I am? Are people going to be off-put by it? Are they going to be afraid of me? All those things are kind of playing out. And yes, her discovering some oddities about herself because now she is showing signs of being part dragon. And yes, her relationship with her mother, possibly her father, and yes, friends, and technically new friends, as obviously she's getting a lot of attention and meeting new people because of this. There's a little emphasis here, like later chapters, about the idea of putting barriers up and those barriers and how they affect those around you. It's all that kind of stuff in there. It's kind of like a standard slice of life, a kid going to school and whatnot, with a little bit of a fantasy twist to it, and the idea that she's part dragon, and you have these little ideas of being a dragon and what that kind of brings into the picture. So I will admit, reading it, it is super wholesome. This story so far, at least these 6 chapters, is super wholesome. It's got a little twinge in there, like something could go wrong, and there is those fears that are in there still. But for the most part, it is super sweet. It's got that sugar high that's hitting you. Now, they have hinted at a possibility of having some conflict come up, but nothing really kind of coming to the forefront. Every single time that I feel like it's going to get very heavy in drama, it doesn't really do that. So I guess that's the only thing that's kind of got me a little bit wishy-washy of the series so far, is that I would expect something to happen here, but it doesn't. I think the people around Ruri handle the situation a lot better than I would expect from school kids and parents and whatnot. You would expect there to be a little bit more of an issue coming up. And yeah, technically that is par for the course here, because if this was reality and some kid just walks into school and suddenly has horns or does something else, yeah, I would expect the government and some scientists or whatever to show up out of nowhere and just drag her off. But they've kind of hinted this idea that this is sort of seemingly a thing in this world. It's one of those, what's the best way to put it? Like the ice guy and the cool female colleague, where it sort of indicates this idea that this seems to be normal here and that certain people have acknowledged this before. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. But so far, like I said, it's been keeping it very chill, and I like that for it. And yes, technically, if you're trying to be super fancy analysis here, you could probably get into the idea that this is almost like one of those parallels to actual childhood and growing and your body's having changes and your anxieties around your friends because you're changing your bodies. All those weird things can probably get in there, but I don't think that's what they're really doing here. Like I said, it's trying to keep it very kind of grounded and chill and wholesome more than anything else. But obviously, again, the initial thing that drew me into the series was Ruri and the art style. I think it's just, she's so freaking cute. Ruri is so freaking cute. But yeah, I think so far, a lot of the character designs and everything, the drawings, the backgrounds and everything, they do an excellent job. And unfortunately, I hope that's not the reason why they fell ill, is because of how much work they were putting into it. These chapters were long. Like it's only 6 chapters, but these are some long chapters. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing because we get plenty of content, but the bad thing is, yes, if they were doing it at a every single issue release, that probably wore them out. But we'll see. Like I said, they are going to be moving to what seems like new chapters every other issue. So I guess skipping a month. But either way, I'm looking forward to it. I feel super bad for all the fans that have been waiting, because when I got to the end of the 6th chapter, yeah, it has like a little bit of a hook. Like something happens and it was like, oh damn, that sucks. Like I'm reading through it after so long and I get to that point, I'm like, oof, I kind of want the next chapter now. But we'll see where it plays out from there. But like I said, I'm super excited for this now. Like I said, I'm happy that I discovered it this way. I'm not like thinking that this is going to be like the greatest thing ever. I just think it's a really solid like Monster Girl type slice of life series that is doing everything right. And again, I kind of expected to get more heavy, but it's not doing that. And I think once I got used to the idea that this isn't going to be like a heavy drama series, it could be, I kind of let that expectation go away and I just started enjoying it. And again, I really like the style of it. So good to hear from Masaki Shindo. I'm glad that they're doing better, and I hope that they fully recovered. This is not going to be something that they're going to fall back into. Hopefully it's not something that's long lasting or long term. But glad to see they're back in the stage, though. But anyways, I just wanted to get on here and talk about becoming a Ruri Dragon fan and looking forward to the next release of this series. What look like I said, I guess April 22nd. We'll see. But anyways, let me know in the comments down below. Are you a massive fan? Have you been waiting this whole time? And if you're going to be checking out the series or not? But I just want to get on here and let you guys know that. But until next time, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and y'all take care.